Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whenever you're logging on. We are on to lesson 103. Grab a pencil, grab a notebook, let's get started. All right, perimeter of complex shapes. Instead of doing language of the discipline today, we are going to jump right into it. To find the perimeter of a shape, what do we have to do? Do we multiply? Do we divide? That's right, we add. If we're finding the perimeter of a triangle or a quadrilateral or any kind of polygon, we can add all the sides together. So when we are finding the perimeter of a complex shape, that means it is not a shape that you normally see. Maybe it is a building. Maybe it is a bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Maybe it's the perimeter of a city or a park. It's not your standard shape. We're not going to multiply 5 times, 6 times this side. No, we're going to have to add side plus side plus side plus side plus side. So to find the perimeter today, we're going to add all sides. All right, so this is just some random figure. It kind of looks like an L, but what do you notice? Take a minute to examine the shape. We are missing 2 sides. Those 2 sides are labeled as N and M. How can we find the perimeter of a shape that's missing sides? I want you to kind of think about when we did volume, when we did additive volume, and we found the volume of shapes that had missing sides, or we had to split up that 3-dimensional shape into 2 different shapes. Do you remember that? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to be taking this shape and splitting it into 2 different shapes. So when I split this into 2 different shapes, I have my larger shape and then my smaller shape. I'm going to plug in the lengths that I know. I know that the top is 4 inches, which also means that this bottom is going to be 4 inches, right? And I know that this side is 8, which means that this side is also going to be 8. Now, when I take a step back and I compare this shape to my original, I have 10 inches on the bottom. So how did I get that 4? Well, again, this 4 here is going to be the same 4 down here. This entire base is 10. But this small section is 4. So if this small section is 4, what does that mean that this section is going to be? It's gonna be 6. So I'm gonna plug my 6 inches in over here. And I know that this small height right here is 2. I'm not going to be adding every single one of these together. Why? Because I have an extra side right here that this I don't need to add. It's not a part of the perimeter. So what I need to do now is plug in my unknown sides. I know that this unknown side is now 6. I don't know this unknown side yet, do I? I know the whole thing is 8, but that doesn't mean that this is 8. Ooh, I heard someone say it, take the 2 away. If this little bit right here is 2, then I can take 2 away from 8, and I know that this will be 6 because I'm taking this little part of the 8, this 2, I'm taking it out. I'm going to erase some of the extra nonsense that I drew in here. So now I have all of my outside sides, the outside of the perimeter of the shape. I have all the information that I need. So now I can add. I'm going to combine the numbers that I know because I like to do that. Here I have 10. Here I have 10, that's 20. Another 10 is 30. 36 inches. Is it 36 inches squared? Tricky question. Why not? Why do we not add that squared? Right, because we're not finding the area. We're not multiplying 2 inches together. Since we're not multiplying 2 inches together, this single inch is how it's going to be. Okay, I'm going to take this one really slow because I want you to work before me. So I'm going to give you about a minute to draw this shape down. Don't stare at the screen. Start drawing. All right, you've had plenty of time to draw. Next thing I want you to do is split this shape up. You pick, there's 2 different ways you can split it up. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to split it up how you would like. All right, I personally, I'm gonna split it up so I have this little itty bitty piece, just because I think it's fun. You split it up however you want though. I'm gonna give you the next 30 seconds to label your missing sides. Redraw your shapes and label your missing sides. And by label, I mean with numbers, not the letters. All right, here are the new shapes that I would have. I know this is 7. No, this is 4. Why is this 4 and not 6? For me, it's 4 because I took this little bit off. This whole thing is 6, but I took this part off, so it's going to be the 4 over here. 7, 4. Okay, now I know this little bit is 3, but if this whole thing was 6, and the bottom part is 4, what's the smaller part going to be? Good, it's going to be 2. All right, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to label what I know. I know this is 2. I haven't quite figured out B yet. Well, if this whole thing is 7, this is 3. 3 plus what equals 7? 4. Okay, so now I'm going to combine the numbers that I know. I know 6 and 4 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. That's 20. 4 and 2 is 6, so 26. Is it centimeters squared? No, it is not centimeters squared because we are not multiplying. Okay, I have that exact one we did on an anchor chart, except I split it up the other way. So in my first example, I split it up so I had that teeny tiny chunk at the top. This time I split it up so they're a little bit closer in size. It does not matter which way you choose to do it. We got the same answer. Dun, 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 dun. Perimeter of 26 centimeters. If you would like to keep this on your screen to help you with your practice set, now is a good time to stop. Everyone else, have a wonderful day. Remember, I am available for my class live chats twice a day. Join if you have any questions. See you tomorrow.